everyone. Welcome to Room 120 News, your place to find out everything that's going on in our school and in our classroom this week. We are out of snacks. Thank you to some of our parents that did send them in this week. And we have a few left, but we're going to be running low towards the end of the week again. So if you are willing to donate snacks, please feel free to send those in. It does work out a lot easier for me if they're individually wrapped, but if the only thing you can pick up is something that's not individually wrapped, that will work as well. We had such a great time with our first mystery reader yesterday. Hopefully you were able to catch those pictures on our Class Dojo story. And we want to continue to invite you to come in and be our guest reader. I've made a slight little change to the sign up, and I'm just kind of going to open it up to whatever time you are available. I do have to stick with it on Fridays, though, so that it's one day a week. But we can be a little bit flexible with the timing. So the form will now be changed on you pick the date, and then you are going to be able to type in what time works best for you. And then you will get a confirmation email from me if that time works or if we can possibly look at another time. So hopefully by opening up the time window really from 8:15 to 2 o'clock for you, with a few times specials and lunch trickled in there that we're not able to do. Hopefully that flexibility in time will maybe work with your schedule a little more, because we really do want every family and every parent or guardian to have an opportunity to come in and be our mystery reader. So please look at the dates that are left, and then of course that or like I just mentioned, that form is going to change where you're going to type in what time you're available now to come on into our classroom. The second 9 weeks report cards went home on Wednesday. Thank you to the 13 families, or about 12 or 13, it's somewhere around there, that have already filled out the middle of the year survey and the attestation form. It is really good information for me to have, just to feel, get the pulse from you as the families of my classroom, to make sure that you are getting the experience that you expect to get from our school and from me as your child's teacher. So the survey offers that piece of feedback for you, to just kind of share how you feel like your child's doing this year, and how I'm doing this year in providing education for your child. So please make an effort to fill that out as soon as possible if you have not already. Middle of the year conference signups will be coming out soon, sometime this week. So just be on the lookout in your email and your dojo stories for that, or messages for that. These are going to be required conferences. I'm really excited to share with you the growth that your child is making this school year, because it has been amazing. I cannot wait. Like I said, really cannot wait to meet with you all. So please just be on the lookout for that. There's a couple of families that already have a meeting scheduled, and if you are one of those, you know who you are. If you are one of those, there is no need to sign up for one of these conferences as well. This week, we're excited to celebrate another superhero of the week, and this week we're excited to celebrate Bella. Bella is this week's superhero of the week because she is always owning her learning in our classroom. Bella is such a hard worker and consistently goes above and beyond in her classwork. She is always listening and paying attention to lessons, which has that are being taught, which has really paid off for her academic performances. We cannot wait to celebrate Bella this week as the superhero of the week. Up next is Looking Ahead, where you will hear all the things that are going to happen in the future of our school and in our classroom. Mark your calendars for Monday, February the 10th, as there will be no school for students, as it will be a teacher workday. We are having a Valentine's Day party in our classroom in the afternoon. A list came home with your child this past week for you to start filling out Valentines. We are doing a class-wide Valentine exchange, so please plan for your child to send in a Valentine for every student in our class. And then thank you so much to everyone who has signed up in our Sign Up Genius for the items for our Valentine's Day ice cream sundae bar. I'm put the sign up in the messages just one more time this week. There might be a few more things left to sign up for, so if you didn't get a chance to sign up, check up on that, and you can sign up to bring in toppings, or I think maybe cones are left. I can't quite remember, but there might be one or two things left if you're interested in sending something in. Our class and our PTA is also hosting a Valentine's Day dance on Valentine's night. I might, and by might, definitely will be at the dance. And so I will be excited to hang out with you guys then and just kind of celebrate the holiday and support our PTA. It's a free event for families, and the invitation came home in your child's folder this past week. Mark your calendars for Thursday, February the 20th, as we are having a Title I family reading night from 5 until 7. There will be more information coming about that very soon. Up next is Curriculum Corner, where you will hear all of the things that your child is going to learn in the classroom this week. Our attendance fact for the week is, did you know that our instructional day begins right at 7:50? Being on time is critical for your child's success in our classroom and in second grade. So please make all efforts to make sure that your child arrives to school on time. I think that oftentimes we spend a lot of time talking about attendance and your child just being at school in general, but I think it's also really important to acknowledge that being tardy, though not as severe as not being there all day, still does have an impact on school as your child is missing that first block of the day of vital instructional time. In math this week, we're continuing with our Eureka curriculum in Module 3, but we're shifting our focus from geometry to fractions. So students will be learning about halves, thirds, and fourths this coming week and in the weeks ahead. And in addition to the math homework book, using these terms in your everyday conversations when it's relevant is going to be another great way to set up your child for success. So if you are having pizza, you can talk about how, look, our family ate half of the pizza tonight. We ate this many slices. If you are driving down the road and you see a stoplight, you could say 1/3 of the lights on the stoplight are red. So I challenge you to see how you can fit in halves, thirds, and fourths into your daily conversations. Like I look at this window that's behind me on my house, I could easily say like, this window is broken into halves or fourths if you're looking at the double window because there's 4 or 2 equal pieces. So I just challenge you to just use those terms, expose your child to what it looks like to breaking to various objects into equal pieces, and that's definitely going to set them up for success in our fraction unit. In Foundations, we are moving right along in our curriculum, and this week we're beginning Unit 10. Unit 10 introduces double vowels, and so this week students will be learning about AY and AI that make the long A sound. Students will be practicing reading, writing, and marking these words, and the Unit 10 support packet will be coming home. Our at-home support packet will be coming home with your child on Monday, so please make all efforts to work on that with your child because that really does help them be successful on the test. In reading, we're shifting our focus from nonfiction to fictional books. We're still comparing different versions of the same story, but this week, and actually for the next 2 weeks, we're going to be reading multiple different versions of a very famous story, The Three Little Pigs. And you might be thinking, like, how is there more than one version of The Three Little Pigs? Trust me, there is a ton of different versions. We're reading one called The Three Little Wolves and the Big Bad Pig. So it's all the same concept, but slight little changes that students are able to compare and think about differences and similarities. We're going to be talking about comparing and contrasting character traits and sequencing of stories with these books, and at the end, students are going to have the opportunity to write their own version of The Three Little Pigs. So I'm really interested to see how those turn out. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Room 120 News. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to reach out to me. If not, we'll see you right back here next week for another episode of Room 120 News.